Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of the Witching Hour. We're really heating up here with the story of the Hardys, where they find in Professor Rowbotham's car a message that reads, "Plans change to get rid of the Hardys." I've had a pretty busy day. I'm a little tired, but this is chapter 13 of the Witchmaster's Key, a near miss. Joe whistled. Somebody's awfully careless with his cables. That's for sure. This is one hot item to leave where we can find it. Any ideas off the top of your head, Sherlock? Joe hazarded a guess. The cablegram was dropped when Bushybeard helped the professor start his car in Stonehenge. Now we know for sure somebody's out to get us, and he's got a partner in the good old USA. Frank reflected for a moment. If Bushybeard dropped it accidentally, then he's our enemy, not the professor. Still, I think we should ask point blank if the cable belongs to him, Joe said. All right, his reaction might give us a clue. The clatter of horses' hooves announced the arrival of Nip Hadley. The Craighead groom rode midnight up the semicircular driveway and drew the rein. The Hardys joined him. They had noticed he had a black eye and wasn't wearing his cap. Where'd you get that shiner, Nip? Joe asked. Playing soccer? Why, no cap, Frank said. I left it in the stable. The groom quickly changed the subject. I'm glad you blokes are here. I have news for you. Spill it, pal, Frank said. Nip glanced around to see that nobody was listening, then he bent down and whispered, I was in the kitchen over at Craighead Castle. I heard someone mention your name. Not a friendly voice either. I don't know who it was, but could be an enemy of yours. You better watch out. Looks like we have enemies all over England, Joe joked. And across the Atlantic, Frank continued. What are you driving at? Nip seemed puzzled. Before the Hardys could reply, a red MG eased into the driveway. Nip turned in the saddle to make sure the vehicle had enough room to pass his horse. Deciding it had, he looked again at his American friends. The MG came up slowly until it was a few yards away. Suddenly the driver stepped out on the gas. Gravel spun under the tires, and the car powered forward. The MG hurtled at Frank and Joe. They whirled and saw the driver was wearing a mask. Instinctively, the Hardys hit the ground behind Midnight, using the horse for a shield. The sound of the advancing automobile frightened the animal. It reared and threw Nip out of the saddle. He landed on the Hardys, and all three lay sprawled in the driveway. The MG careened past like a red flash and roared away in a cloud of dust. Nip picked himself up and quieted his horse, while Frank and Joe got shakily to their feet. None of them had noted the car's license plate. I saw an emblem of the London Motor Club, Joe reported, at least as a clue. Nip remounted, wondering a lot why anybody would want to kill the Americans. That's for him to know and for us to find out, Frank responded grimly. By the way, Nip, can you arrange a tour of the castle for us? We'd like to see how the Craigheads live before we go back home. Nip looked down in surprise. When would that be? Frank gave Joe a sideline wink, telling him to play along. Pretty soon. Any day now, Joe agreed. How about the tour? Sorry, I ain't got the authority. I'm just in charge of the stable. You have to ask somebody who works inside the castle. Cheerio. Turning Midnight's head, Nip slapped the horse with his crop and cantered down the driveway. The clip-clop of horseshoes and gravel died away. This case is getting more mysterious all the time, Frank observed. And more dangerous, Joe warned. Let's go in. We can talk to the prof when he wakes up. If he knows anything about the cablegram, he'd better come clean. Sears informed them that Rowbotham was awake in the study. The murmur of voices told them the visitor had arrived. And they approached the room. They recognized the caller's voice. It was Dr. Borelli. There's only one way for us to solve the problem, the dentist was saying, and that is to get rid of... He broke off upon noticing Frank and Joe. Rowbotham invited the boys into the study. My patient and his brother, Borelli greeted them. How do your gums feel, Joe? Fine, Joe said. No problem. No pain? None. We were discussing the Gravesend players, Rowbotham interjected. One actor wants to play a lead role, and he is simply too incompetent to handle. Fancies himself as Hamlet, Burley stated, but he should stick to Peter Pan. As I came in the back way, I spied you talking to Nip Hadley. You seem to be friends with him now. He's not a bad chap when you get to know him. Nip's got a few rough edges, Frank said, that's all. The groom needs grooming, Burley laughed. We asked him if we could tour the castle, Frank went on, but he said he didn't have the authority to let us in. Only someone who works at the place could. Sears' sister is married to Goodman, the Craighead butler, Rowbotham said. Perhaps he could arrange it for you. That would be great, Joe said. The professor rang for his servant and requested that he had ask his sister about the matter. Certainly, sir, Sears replied. I'm sure we can do it.
My sister is the housekeeper at the castle and would be glad to take you around. I'll go along to make sure everything is in order.
The boys were galvanized. How about tomorrow, Sears? Frank asked. We would like to get a good night's rest before starting on that venture.
Agreed, sirs,
Sears replied. I must return to duty, Bradley informed the gathering. Robotham escorted him to the front door, and when he came back, Frank pulled the cablegram from his pocket and handed it to him. What is this? The professor asked. Read it, sir. Curiously, Robotham glanced at this piece of paper. A look of alarm came over his face.
This is, well, that is outrageous.
We thought so too, Joe said.
Where did you find it?
In your car.
What? Impossible. How would it get?
The professor staggered over to his easy chair and collapsed in it. That's spooky. Somebody's really out to get them, and I think it's Nip Hadley and the witches. And I think they're just trying to make it look like the professor and the dentist are up to it. I don't think they're really the bad guys. I think they're like the only two people that don't hate the Hardys in this town. Everybody else in the town is like an evil witch that wants them gone because they saw that funeral. But we'll see what happens. Let's enjoy something nice today. Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting adventure in our chapter of the Witching Hour, where we go out and we actually do things instead of just sitting in front of a computer. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and we're going to drive out here into the country and do something very essential to Halloween, and get it all on camera and filming for your pleasure. And I hope that you will enjoy coming along with me, and I hope that you enjoy these videos. You know, I didn't know Boeing had a facility out here. This is interesting. This is where Boeing is. There's a lot of Boeing prisons in St. Louis area, in case you didn't know that. And there's a lot of stoplights in St. Louis area, in case you also didn't know that. But here we are, heading out a little bit north of my undisclosed, actually disclosed location to do some things. And yeah, I hope you're having a good autumn so far. We're already halfway through the month, halfway to the magical day of Halloween. Can you believe it? Hope these Witching Hour videos have been charming and delightful for you as we go on. Oh wow, that building, I think. No, it's not abandoned. Huh. It's interesting though. The one thing I don't know a lot about is the ghost history of this area. I know there's a few places downtown in the city that are haunted, but I don't know a lot about the actual, like, just haunted history of my area. And that would be fun to learn sometime. Maybe we can find a ghost tour to go on. That would be an exciting thing. There's a lot of cool places. If you like these videos where we go out and do things, please try to suggest things. I don't have to just do these. You know, I do this kind of stuff all the time, but I like to mix things up a bit, so I don't have to just do these for Halloween, is what I was suggesting. If you want to see more of this kind of content and do it all time of year, we can do things. We can do some Christmas videos. We can go look. Yeah, but it's exciting. I think we're getting pretty close. Oh, look at this place. Is one of my favorite places. They've got elephants. They've got everything else. I love it.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the left.
And there's my GPS telling us that in a quarter mile, our destination will be on the left. We're almost there. I tried to record a bunch of traveling through the city or the town, and it really wasn't very, I don't know, there's a lot of people. I felt like I was kind of being creepy, you know, when you have a camera on other cars and people. And here we go.
Your destination is on the left.
Is right there. No cars, hayride path only. And this is the parking. It's a little different than it was when I was here last year. They've actually grown their pumpkins in a slightly... I think what they must do is grow the pumpkins one side, and then this is where the pumpkin patch actually was last year. So yeah, we're at a pumpkin patch, and we're gonna go and see what we can find and pick. And I hope you will come along with me on this adventure. Okay, and here we are at lovely Herman's farm. You see they have a nice hayride, nice children's area, and they have a pumpkin patch over here. And we're gonna do a little bit of exciting walking around and try to avoid the mud. And we're gonna check out the farm, the actual farm shop. I'm not here really to do any much picking. I'm mostly looking at stuff like this. We already went to a pumpkin patch, but I just want to kind of share the autumn experience with you. We're gonna go and look for some good pumpkins we can pick out. Maybe we'll walk, maybe we'll go into the pumpkin patch, but mostly this is what we're here for. Oh, I think there's an admission there, access to apple and pumpkin orchard. We'll have to ask the lady about admission here in a minute. I feel better now. I did get some admission, so now I feel like I'm doing this legally. So let's have a little look around in here. Look at all the various different colored gourds they have. This place does a lot. It's a cute little place with a lot of cute little things. They've got, look at these pie fillings. I'm gonna try to make a pie, but I'm gonna make my own like I did last year. You can get anything you want. These cute ghosts are really cute though. I do like them. And of course I'm gonna get some more cider, because cider is what I really live for. But this is the whole experience, right? You do all this stuff for the fall. I know this isn't particularly spooky, but you can even get these. Oh, what are these? Excited gourd baskets. Oh, I might have to get an assorted gourd basket. Those are exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. Look at these, they're so pretty. And then you got this apple picking. I did that, but we have a significant amount of apples. I might get some more. They even have already picked apples. Now you can just buy apples at their store. That's interesting. So let's go on out to the pumpkin patch and have a look at that. Okay, so we're gonna go, this is also something I'm pretty interested in. Last time I was here, you were able to purchase some of these hay corn bales. Let's see if they have those for sale again, but you get this tree, and we're gonna go right on in over here to the pumpkin area and see. I'm gonna go on in and pick some of your pumpkins if that's good with you, or we'll look. Thank you. We're gonna head on down here. The authentic experience. We could also do apples. I'm not sure that I want to do apples or not. This looks like tomatoes. This must be where they grow all the tomatoes and jalapenos and all the other things that they have. I mean, I could buy a pumpkin at the store, and I might do that, but this is the real authentic deal here. There's some people right here in the middle of this patch, so we're gonna head on right on back out here. This is the real authentic experience. You gotta do this once. I'm mostly interested in small pumpkins for decoration. Oh geez, this is Should wear my mud boots. Made it. Oh, that's really cool. I might have to do that. I've never actually picked a white pumpkin before. I mean, they kind of have them all cut. I went to a different pumpkin farm where they didn't have them cut at all. We could do a white pumpkin and have a ghost pumpkin. Maybe carve two this year? We want to do that? And here we are in the middle of the pumpkin patch. Yeah, look at these. Look at the size of some of these. I just need to do the comparison here. I have a pumpkin decorating contest going on in my office that I have to do. Just the shape and size. They come in all different shapes and sizes, and it's really cool. There's hardly white one over here. No. This is the decoration. That's sad. It's like pumpkin eater brand material right there. I think the green one not yet ripe. I think I'm gonna do some. Now that I've got my pumpkins picked out, I'm not gonna buy any of these, but they're really cute. We had enough other stuff to get. We're gonna do our final shopping in the store. Check out And like I said, a little bit more extra. This is Herman's Farm. It's a great place. I really enjoy apple cider. More for our time. And I think, see, these are $7.50 for the bags. They're perfect. Ciders are a little sticky. Let's see, where we, that one's charming. Let's see, those are also charming. No, I like these little guys right here. This in particular, I think that one, just for decor, a little bit around and And then I was also considering, let's see, I do like having, but I've already made my chili, so I think I'm going to stop. Alright, here we go. And also buy corn stalks. A bunch of 6 corn. Yeah. That's what I thought. I want to get one of those. So, we're going to bid this place farewell, and I'm going to cut this video down a bit, but this was Herman's Farm. I know it wasn't that big and exciting, but thanks for coming along with me to a little trip to a local pumpkin patch. This is what we ended up with here in our pursuit. So we'll see you next time on Witching Hour.